What's up guys, thank you for watching JGTechBlog. For today's video, we're going to be doing a comparison between the LG Stylo 4 and the Moto E5 Plus. These are the newest phones that came out to Metro, not including the LG Q7 Plus, but that phone's $300. So I'll kind of dip that out just because of the price range that it's in. But these right here, this is going for $179 and this is going for $149. So I'm going to compare them. When you go into the store, you're going to go in there knowing what's your best option to buy. So let's go ahead and look at the specs first before we turn on the phones and see which one works better. So if you look at the specs of the phones, the LG Stylo 4 has a 6.2-inch screen, while the Moto E5 is a 6-inch HD display. So it is a little bit bigger on the Stylo 4, and because I've turned it on, as we'll see later on in the video, and if you want to go full details, by the way, I have full reviews for both of them down in the description. You'll see that the screen on the LG Stylo 4 looks a little bit better than the Moto E5 Plus. And not to mention, this is an 18:9 full vision display. So over here, they've actually minimized the bezels from the top and the bottom, while over here they've actually have the Motorola logo still at the bottom, as you can see there. So the bezel is actually pretty big from the top and the bottom. This is a 13 megapixel rear camera. This right here is a 12 megapixel rear camera. Show you guys photos of both so you guys can see which one takes better photos. The front cameras, this is an 8 megapixel and it's a 5 megapixel on the LG Stylo 4. So it actually has a better camera on the Motorola E5 Plus. Now, this is actually the biggest difference between the Moto E5 and the LG Stylo 4. This is 32 gigs of internal memory, but it has 2 gigabytes of RAM on the LG Stylo 4. This has 3 gigs of RAM. So the 3 gigs of RAM is actually allowing you to do better multitasking. For example, playing a game and you're actually listening to music or you're browsing at the same time. It'll actually handle the phone a little bit better without lagging or slowing you down. But if you look at the processing speed, this is rocking a 1.8 gigahertz octa-core processor compared to the 1.4 octa-core processor that's on the Moto E5 Plus. Now, let's go ahead and turn on the phones and talk about the features that are inside.
Hello, Moto.
They both don't have removable batteries, but this is rocking a 5,000 milliamp battery, so that's amazing. That beats the LG Stylo 4, which has 3,200 milliamps, if I'm not mistaken. So in terms of battery life, if that's the most important feature that you're looking for a phone, most definitely, without doubt, go with the Moto E5 Plus. All right, let's go ahead and turn both of them on. Just looking at the displays, and you guys right now I know the video doesn't do it any justice, but looking at it, I actually like the display on the Moto E5. Now let's go ahead and check out the cameras. And then I've taken some videos outside that I'll also play right now. So right now the audio is on the LG Stylo 4. The rear camera, by the way, is 13 megapixels. You're hearing the audio on the Motorola E5 with a 12 megapixel rear facing camera. Alright guys, so now we are looking at the front facing cameras on both of the phones. The Motorola E5 Plus is rocking an 8 megapixel camera, while the LG Stylo 4 is rocking a 5 megapixel camera. Now let's go ahead and transition to the still images. Tell me in the comments which camera won, because the footage is actually pretty good on both of them. So I'll let you guys decide on that. In terms of the speakers, I would say definitely that goes for the Moto E5, because the speakers on the LG Stylo 4 have more of a very high pitch to them. I'll turn them on actually both for you so you can know what I'm talking about. All right, so I have two videos open. Let's go ahead and start by listening to the LG Stylo 4 and looking at the display. So this is the loudest.
What's up guys, thank you for watching JGTechBlog. For today's video, we have the all-new LG Stylo 4.
Alright, now let's go ahead and listen to that same video on the Moto.
What's up guys, thank you for watching JGTechBlog. For today's video, we have the all-new...
So you see, I mean, right off the bat, you see how it's much more louder and clear on the Moto E5. So the speakers are actually better on the Moto E5 than the LG Stylo 4. And I think one of the reasons for this is because the speakers are here in the front. You'll be able to hear the sound more clearly. While over here, you have the speakers right down at the bottom. And another good thing to mention is that once you have the speakers down at the bottom, if you're playing a game or anything or watching a video and you're holding it like this, you actually cover the speakers without knowing it sometimes. One more thing I forgot to mention is that if you look at the display settings, over here, if you look at quality, you're able to go to 1080p On the Moto E5, if you go into quality, you only go up to 720p. So that's one distinctive thing that the LG Stylo 4 will actually beat the Moto E5 on. Alright guys, so to conclude this video, this is just my own opinion, I would definitely go with the LG Stylo 4. The reason for that is that this has NFC while the Moto E5 does not, and I use that a lot. So to me, that's a better preference. But in terms of battery life, definitely go with the Moto E5. If you're looking for a budget and save $30, go with the Moto E5 because this is 180 compared to 150. And if you want a stylus pen and a bigger screen, go with the Stylo 4 because this has a stylus pen. This does not. This has 3 GB of RAM compared to the 2 GB of RAM, but that really also doesn't make too much of a big difference, only if you plan on multitasking a lot on the phone. But that's it. So it's all up to preference. If you like the design on the Moto E5, if you don't care about the NFC, don't really care too much that it doesn't play in 1080p, I would say just go with the Moto E5. There you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments which phone would you prefer on getting. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification button to be notified when I upload more videos. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.